The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Helps if you hit the right button. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Chucker. Welcome to the program for this 11th day of June, as they're mowing the lawn behind me. We're in for a treat, aren't we? Today, we have the first time we've been in Tiger Stadium, or Briggs Stadium, in Detroit during this replay. I did not doll it up. You get the Tiger Stadium version of Briggs Stadium. As they host the New York Yankees, the Yankees seem to have found their groove and are slowly but surely starting to pass teams. As do we get to the inevitable Yankee-Dodger World Series? Seems to be that's where we're going in this. Although Detroit, Chicago, and Cleveland have a lot to say about that, and we'll go through it as the afternoon progresses. Billy Heft gets a call for the Tigers. He's a 10-game winner at least. Detroit does have a better record. I believe they've won 57 games. The Yankees will go with the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford, on a Friday night in Motown. So the Yankees and Tigers in a relatively big ball game as we play into August here in our replay. Next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today, from Briggs Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, it is the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And on this warm August 3rd evening here in Detroit, it will be Billy Heft on the mound. Billy is 10-5 on the year with a 3.91 ERA. He is a lefty, making start number 21 to 34. He is just 24 years old, fastball at 89, and a standard pitcher. He is 8th in wins, 15th in ERA, and his 134 strikeouts is good for third in the American League. Last time out for Billy was against Washington 5 days ago on the 29th of July against Washington. A 10-3 win. He went the distance, 113 pitches, 11 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no homers. He's walked 2 and struck out 6. He has been lit up at times this year. Baltimore, Boston, and the White Sox and Washington all have 5-run games on him. In fact, the Yankees do as well. They put 8 up on him on May 23rd. Overall, for the All-Star, 159 innings, 170 pitches, or 170 hits, 74 runs, 69 earned, 10 home runs. He's walked 62 and struck out, as we said, 134. Here's how the Yankees will line up. Interesting lineup. Billy Hunter leads off at short for New York. Elston Howard is in left. He'll bat second. If the Yankees have a weakness, it is in left field. Yogi Berra will go third behind the plate. He will switch with Mickey Mantle in the lineup, who cleans up in center field. Bill Skowron at first will bat fifth. Hank Bauer in right goes sixth. Andy Carey, that steady rock out there at third, will bat seventh. Old Dr. Jerry Coleman at second goes eighth. And Whitey Ford on the mound batting ninth. Heft can give you 150 pitches. Defensively for the Tigers, Ray Boone is a 5 at third. Harvey Keene a 6 and a 7 at short. Frank Bowling is an 8 and a 6 at second. Earl Torgerson is a 6 at first. The outfield for Detroit, Charlie Maxwell an 8 and a 6. Did I lose the one cough drop that was there? Because I'm about to hack. Let me see what I can do. Bill Tuttle is an 8 and a 7 in center, and Al Kaline a 10 and a 9 in right. Red Wilson behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 4, and Billy Heft is a 7 on the mound with a 971 fielding percentage. Let's see if I can grab this cough drop. That my wife left. Allergies. In control when they happen to you. When you're young at heart. There we go. That took long enough. P-Jet, how are you? Rooting for the Tigers. Billy Hunter at 278. A home run and 2 RBI. And why the hell does this taste stale? Pitch to Hunter. There is a ground ball past Torgerson and past Kaline down the line and right. So Hunter's going to start this one with some extra bases. He's got 2 with these. He's digging for third. And that's how this one starts. So Hunter, who had 4 real-life triples, hits his first of the year here. The Yankees, game number 101 for them. They are 54 and 46. For the Tigers, this is game 101 for them. And they are 57 and 43. Elson Howard at 237, 2 homers and 27 RBI. And has a chance here to knock one home before the faithful can find their seats. Pitch to Howard into right field. That should score Hunter at least. Back goes Kaline, and Al will make the catch. Hunter tags and scores without a throw. And it is 1-0 New York. For Yogi Berra, nobody on, 1 out. Yogi at 296, 22 homers and 69 RBI. They are mowing the lawn. It has rained here 25 straight weekends. And so you can almost hear the grass grow outside. And so I take a pill for allergies, but when it's blowing in through the air conditioner vent, not much you can do. Pitch to Yogi, that's into right center. Tuttle moving over, going way back. He will make the catch. It's a big old ballpark here in Detroit, 2 out. We've talked about Duke Snyder pretty much having almost a dead lock on the Triple Crown. Mickey Mantle's numbers aren't too shabby either. He leads the American League in home runs with 34. RBI was 79, and he's hitting .326, which is only good for third in the American League. Shame. Mantle, ground ball to Keene, playing way back in the hole. Throws to Torgerson, and Mickey is retired. So that will do for the Yankees. They get the triple from Hunter, and Ellie Howard brought him home. Half an inning in the books. New York 1, Detroit 0. How you doing, Parallel League? Whitey Ford is 13 and 6, making his 20. He's only got 9 starts left. This is August 3rd on the season. 28 years old, fastball 87, ground ball pitcher, 13 and 6 with a 2.39 ERA. So 3rd in wins, 3rd in ERA, and 5th in strikeouts. He last pitched on July 30th. A loss to Cleveland, 8 innings, 3-1 loss, 8 innings, 135 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 6, which ties the season high, and struck out 4. He shut out the Tigers 4-0 on June 3rd, a 5-hitter, and also beat him May 22nd. So 2-1 against Detroit. 165 2/3 for Whitey. 134 hits. 55 runs, 44 earned, 6 homers allowed, 63 walks, and 117 strikeouts. So Ford is not the problem for the Yankees. Harvey Keene will lead off for Detroit at short. Earl Torgerson will play first and bat second. Charlie Maxwell, who has had a monster year, one of the batters hitting above Mickey Mantle, is going third in left field. Al Kaline cleans up in right. Ray Boone at third will bat fifth. Sunny and 78 in Dayton. It is sunny here, or partly sunny in 70. Bill Tuttle in center will bat sixth. Frank Bowling at second, batting seventh. Red Wilson catching, goes eighth, and Heft on the mound will bat ninth. Ford can give you 140 pitches and has the better ideas at your Ford dealer today. Elson Howard a 6 and a 3 in left as we set the Yankee defense for you. Mickey Mantle an 8 and 9 in center. Hank Bauer a 6 and a 5 in right. Andy Carey a 5 at third. Billy Hunter a 7 and a 3 at short. I guess short would be the other position they aren't very strong at. Jerry Coleman a 5 and a 6 at second. Skowron is a 6 at first. Yogi Berra a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. Whitey an 8 on the mound with a .985 fielding percentage. And now my nose itches. It's not one thing today, it's another. So it'll be Keene at 326, 11 home runs and 56 RBI. Ford starts his effort. A ground ball to third. Max gets it, throws to Skowron. Harvey on the run, and that's an error. So Andy makes his 13th error of the year. Not a great third baseman. It pulled Skowron off the bag. It was a bad throw, and Moose saved a base. So we got a whole bunch of binary up on the board, ones and zeros. Here's Torgerson, Earl at 284, 12 homers, and 45 RBI. Whitey from the stretch walked him. So Yogi didn't like that call on a full count fastball down and in for Charlie Maxwell, hitting 347. 77 in Virginia and 13 errors, but who's counting? Yeah, the Yankees just aren't very good defensively. They got Berra, they got Mantle, and they got Skowron, and everyone else is just kind of a patchwork here. Maxwell hitting 347, 17 homers, and 63 RBI. First and second, nobody out. Whitey deals, and Charlie draws a walk. So the bases are loaded for Al Kaline, nobody out. Al has a grand slam on the year, hitting 301, 17 homers, and 81 RBI. So if you're wondering about Mantle and his Triple Crown chase, Kaline's RBI total is one to watch. Whitey, not a breath of wind here, 76 degrees. Clear skies, no expected disturbances. Pitch to Kaline is into right field. That should tie the ball game. Bauer going back. Hank will make the catch. Keene at the bag will tag without a throw, and this one is tied up. So more binary on the board for you. Ray Boone at 325, 19 homers, and 65 RBI. As a kid, I like that. That's funny. PJ always wondered how Al Kaline had batteries named after him. So you're saying that Al Kaline is alkaline. I wonder if he ever did a battery ad. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. I mean, they named it after me. So Torgerson on second, Maxwell on first, one out in a 1-1 game. Pitch to Boone, struck him out. Whitey got him on an 0-2 fastball. He chased. As a kid, that makes a ton of sense, PJ. Here's Bill Tuttle, the captain at 244, 10 homers and 53 RBI. I never thought of that. However, Kaline's days were done when I was a little kid. How you doing, Paul? So Ford, 2 out here in a tie game in the first. Center field, Mantle will wait, make the catch, and that will retire the side. Tigers get a run on no hits in the air by Max Carey. After 1, Yankees 1, Tigers 1. And that ruins our binary lesson of the day. It'll be Bauer, and Carey to face Heft here in the second. Bill at 283, 12 homers, and 47 RBI. Right back to the mound, first base side of the rubber. Heft throws to Torgerson, 1 out. So I got to put some cough drops in the bag. The sugar-free ones I have just have pectin in them. There really isn't an active ingredient. Hank Bauer hitting .240, 15 homers and 61 RBI. Big Dave, how are you? Paul says that PJ is his wiki in how to play shootout hockey. PJ, is that your hockey game of choice now? Pitch to Bauer. Fly ball, right field. Back goes the battery. Al will make... No, plays off the wall. And Bauer is in the second standing. This time there was no connection made. K-Line couldn't quite get there in time. That's a second hit for New York. It is sunny in upstate New York. Paul, tornado in Beekmantown yesterday? Andy Carey hitting .245, 5 homers and 53 RBI. So the go-ahead run is on here in Detroit. Heft deals. Carey into right center. Tuttle will make the catch, and Bauer goes back 1 away. Described as weak. It had already passed through, the storm had already passed through, and I saw both the CBS and the NBC weather people talk about it. Jerry Coleman at .256 and 12 RBI. Parallel League says, I drove up to see the Tigers play on Umbrella Day, and they got rained out. Thank you, Alanis. They made the game up the next day, and I went back. I got the umbrella both days. I had those 2 Tiger umbrellas for many years. Nice! But it is certainly the very definition. It is ironic that on Umbrella Day here in Detroit, that Mother Nature intervened and the rains came. And so there was no game. It was rained out on Umbrella Day. Now, isn't that ironic? White and blue with the Tiger logo. Cool. If anyone here outside of David C. is a fan of the CFL, they do carry some games on Sirius XM. Oh, Argos Owls Friday night. That's very cool. I was actually watching some Australian rules football highlights. That is an interesting game. Pitch to Coleman. Jerry swings. Bowling has it. I think that hit the mound, bounced to first, and that'll do. Yankees, no runs. They'll leave a runner on after the hit. No errors. Bottom of the second here in Motown, 1-1. Dave Gardner has recovered from quarter-rounderitis. Bowling is hitting .261, 6 homers and 28 RBI. That is a ground ball to short. Hunter has it, throws it over to Skowron for the out. Most CFL games are on CFL Plus for free, and about 30 are on the CBS Sports Network, just in case. Let's do an exhibition games, or has the season actually started? Red Wilson is hitting .313, 5 homers and 22 RBI. Paul says, was in Detroit years ago when Tiger Stadium was still standing. Disappointed you couldn't tour it at the time. That's too bad. That's true. The upper deck hung over the lower deck, and every once in a while you'll see a picture of Ernie Harwell in the press box, and that's about the view. I'm sure this picture was taken from the press box. You can literally go down and touch Yogi Berra on the back. Week 2 coming up on Thursday. Okay. Pitch to Wilson. Got away from Berra on strike 3. The throw down to first, and there's 2 out. for Billy Heft at 327, no homers and 3 RBI. I don't think we even get CTV in Burlington anymore, Paul. Got him. So Whitey Ford struck him out. He got him to chase a 1-2 fastball, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third here in Detroit. Yankees 1, Tigers 1. Yankees lead the poll. It'll be Ford, Hunter, and Howard to face Heft here in the third. Whitey hitting .203 and 4 RBI. There is a ground ball to third. Boone waits, makes a fantastic play, long throw to first, and Whitey is retired. I suppose I need to find a better picture, a more appropriate picture of Tiger Stadium, or Briggs Stadium as it was known in '56. Heft opening 9, 31 pitches, 2 1/3, and 2 hits. The run is earned. Billy Hunter tripled and scored in the first. That is ripped up the middle for an extra base hit. All the way to the wall. Tuttle throws it back in. Hunter has a double and a triple in his first 2 at-bats in this one. Brings up Ellie Howard, who reached on a fielder's choice and drove home a run. P-Jet wonders if Johnny Briggs ever played a game at Briggs Stadium. The name changed in 1960. It was Navin Field back in the 30s, and Briggs was the owner of the Tigers before Ilitch and company, and probably someone else in between. And so in 1960, the name changed from Briggs Stadium to Tiger Stadium. Pitch to Howard, and Elston draws the walk. So first and second, from the heart of the Yankee order, it'll be Barra and Mantle now. Yogi 0 for 1. Runners on first and second. Yogi strikes out. Heft is third in the American League with strikeouts, and he got Yogi to look at an 0-2 curve. So to paraphrase Ernie Harwell, he stood there like a barn on the side of the road. 2 out for Mantle, who was 0 for 1. So Hunter on second, Howard on first. Heft deals. Fly ball, left field. Maxwell, that is well hit. Charlie turns and watches it go. So Mickey Mantle hits a 3-run homer, just missing the facing of that upper deck for his 35th of the year, and he's now driven in 89 runs. And the Yankees take a 4-1 lead. Maxwell just ran out of real estate, and there wasn't a blessed thing he could do. Parallel League saw Hines Ward play at Hines Field, because with Hines, there are no other kinds. So here's Scour, and he's 0 for 1. And Heft now trails 4-1. Struck him out. Too much, too little, too late. After 2.5, the Yankees, a 3-run homer from Mantle, 2 hits and no errors. And after 2.5, it's the Yankees 4, the Tigers 1. So Keene, Torgerson, and Maxwell to face Ford here in the third. Opening 9 for Whitey. That run is unearned. He's not allowed to hit. He is walked 2 and struck out 3. Harvey Keene scored a run. He's 0 for 1. Gardner wanted to go to Hines Field, but the anticipation was killing him, to the point where they no longer call it Hines Field. The John Briggs that P-Jet was thinking of started in '64. Turns out there was another John Briggs pitcher for Cleveland in '59-60 who might have pitched at his own stadium. The Steelers fell behind at Hines Field, and they were playing catch-up. The puns write themselves, gang. And Todd Besaw had George Hendrick Loaf in Cleveland for years. But Todd was his catch-up of choice. Hunter Hines. Pitch to Keene. Harvey rips this one into right center, and that will be a single as Bauer cut that off. So the first hit for the Tigers was a catsup. we've talked about this before when we were talking about ketchup on hot dogs. The generic stuff, like the Grand Union brand that Paul might remember from a kid, was always called ketchup. We always called it ketchup. Earl Torgerson walked his first time up. Whitey deals, and that is a ground ball to Coleman. Hunter for one, Scourin for two. That is a 4-6-3 double play as Coleman was almost on the grass behind the bag at second. So 2 out for Maxwell, who walked his first time up. Oh, don't encourage him, P-Jet. Don't encourage him. Pitch to Maxwell. Charlie swings into right field. Bauer, that is well hit. And Charlie has homered to right field. His 18th of the year. It's a solo shot, and it's a 4-2 ball game. Now hitting 348. Here it is again. Maxwell got a silver hammer all over that one. And Bauer, not a prayer to get that one. And it's a 4-2 ball game. Tigers, by the way, 57-43. 3 games ahead of the Yankees at 54-46. And for both teams, it's game 101. There's 53 left. Al Kaline has 82 RBI. I think we said Mantle now is 89. Todd B., the Rodney Dangerfield of the community. Hendrick couldn't catch up to anything, including the baseball. Yeah, that was a kaboom. Pitch to Kaline. Batteries that one to Coleman. Good throw to Scourin, and Kaline is retired. That'll do it. Tigers get a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 4th here in Detroit. Yankees 4, Tigers 2. Did Mr. Gardner mean to put the corner roundering thing into the EMRHL group on Facebook? I don't think so. We'll find out. Hank Bauer doubled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. So Heft on the wrong end of a 4-2 score here in the 4th. And Hank draws the walk. So, P-Jet, what is your hockey game of choice right now? So Bauer draws the walk and can steal a bag. And he carries 0 for 1. Heft throws over to first, and Bauer is back. Pitch to Carey. High ground ball to Keene in the hole. Bowling for 1. They're not going to get Carey. The throw was not in time, and who's hurt? And now Andy Carey is out of the game. He reached on the throw, but he turned an ankle stepping on the bag. And so the Yankees pull Billy Martin out of the International Brotherhood of Urinals meeting. And Martin can run. I'm not sure if he can play third or not. Trying to think of your next project. Either APA or Hockey Blast. That's cool. Jerry Coleman is 0 for 1. So we'll see what Casey does with a Yankee lineup here in a moment. Pitch to Coleman, who can bunt. Struck him out. And 0-2 fastball, and Heft got him looking. So here's Whitey Ford. Whitey 0 for 1. Now, wouldn't have that been something? How you doing? Oh, it's golf day for Triple G. Wouldn't have that been something if someone actually opened up a Ford dealership somewhere in the metropolitan New York area or the tri-state area and named it Whitey Ford? Traffic was terrible, but he's in his seat now with golf clubs in hand. PJ's been planning a battle royale with Face to the Mat with wrestlers comprised of YouTube gamers. Remember, I use the chair. How'd you shoot last week? Pitch to Whitey. Fly ball center field. Tuttle is there. And Bill will make the catch, and that will do. Yankees, no runs, no hits. They've left on 2, and after 3.5, Yankees 4, Tigers 2. I figured I would be. So, the news in the National League has gotten progressively worse for Milwaukee in the 2 days since we saw you last. Brooklyn beat them 2-1. and maybe the best pitcher's duel we ever had. We had a combined 3 hits. So Milwaukee went to Brooklyn, lost 1-0 and then 2-1. The margin is 14. In fact, the Giants, who are not necessarily be a major league team in some people's eyes, are in 3rd place. They've climbed up ahead of Cincinnati. So the focus now will be on the American League. Chicago is a half game up on Detroit, a game and a half up on Cleveland, 3.5 on New York, and Boston starting to slide away at 6. And if you're wondering about who Mantle has to pass in the Triple Crown race, Triendo's the catcher for Baltimore, Neiman with the White Sox, and Maxwell with the Tigers. His home run lead is 6 over Wirtz, and Mantle now has a 6 RBI lead over Roy Sievers of Washington. Ray Boone, Tuttle, and Bowling to face Ford here in the 4th. Ray struck out his first time up. A blue rose cake. Yeah, the American League is pretty tight. My wrestlers should be wrapped in a banner, and P-Jet with a grudge match over Gardner. 81. Very good, Triple G on a 9-hole course. And it's looking more like a Yankee-Dodger World Series. Boone struck out his first time up. That is into right center field for a base hit. Thing is that with half the league still in it, nothing's guaranteed. There are 53 games left after this for both teams. Bill Tuttle is 0 for 1, and the AL race is indeed extremely tight. Pitch to Tuttle, ground ball to first, scouring a backhander to Whitey Ford, and Tuttle is retired. A great play from the Moose. 1 out. Boone to second for Bowling, who's 0 for 1. That is a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Boone will hold, and the Tigers have runners on the corners. Billy Martin is into play 3rd. He's a 5 there, but he has a very Butch Hobson-like .889 fielding percentage. So that is the change. Martin stays in the game at 3rd, and Coleman at 2nd. Red Wilson struck out his first time up. It makes sense that Martin would have played 3rd as an infielder, and you want to get in there. He played 16 games at 3rd in 56 and started at least 2. Not a good defender. Runners on the corners, 4-2 Yankees, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Whitey Ford deals, Wilson up the middle, Coleman has it. Boone goes home, Hunter for 1, Scourin for 2, and the double play nullifies the run. So Jerry Coleman saves a run literally by being able to turn that double play. We have played 4 here in Detroit. Tigers got a hit. They've left on 3, but trail the Yankees 4-2. So top of the lineup to face Heft here in the 5th. Hunter, Howard, and Berra. Billy has doubled, tripled, and scored twice. Heft, 65 pitches, 4 earned runs, 4 innings, 4 hits. The 3-run blast from Mantle in the 3rd. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Butch Hobson, I believe in 78, Todd B. and Strat, has an error rating of 53. You know in Super Advanced how bad a 53E looks on that chart? It looks like he had a nosebleed there. Pitch to Hunter is a base hit. He's 3 for 3. If he can homer, he's got a chance at the cycle. Only the 5th hit for the Yankees. Here's Elston Howard. Walked, drove home Hunter in the 1st on a fielder's choice, and scored on the Mantle homer in the 3rd. He had a nosebleed from the coke he was doing. Yes. while he was manager. Ugh. Pitch to Howard. Drops one down. Throws down to Bowling, does Wilson, and Elston's retired, 1 out. Remember there was huge excitement when Rico Petrocelli became manager at Pawtucket when I was in college, but must be didn't impress the suits enough to get the big job in Boston. Yogi Berra is 0 for 2 with a K. I also have to wonder what Jason Varitek has to do to get the big job. I think he'd make a tremendous manager. Oh, for how you doing, David? In Action PC, it would be probably a low rating and whatever his fielding percentage is, which is horrible. Pitch to Berra. Struck him out. Heft got him on a 1-2 called, strike 3. So 2 out for Mickey Mantle, who homered in his last at-bat. Mickey now has 35 on the replay and driven in 89. Heft deals. Mantle strikes out. So he got him to chase an 0-2 off-speed pitch. Halfway home, a dandy here in Detroit. The Yankees 4, Tigers 2. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Yankees 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error. The Tigers 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Yankees scored first. It was a sac fly by Elson Howard, not a fielder's choice, to make it 1-0 New York. Al Kaline with a sac fly tied the game in the first to make it 1-1. Then Mickey Mantle homered to left center field, a 3-run jobby, his 35th of the year, to make it 4-1 New York. In the bottom of the third, Charlie Maxwell now has a 13-game hitting streak. His solo home run made it 4-2. And Billy Hunter, who did not have a home run in real life but has one in the replay, needs one for the cycle. He tripled, doubled, and singled in this one. And Charlie Maxwell has that home run. Whitey Ford, a 4-hitter through 4. 2 runs, 1 earned, a home run to Maxwell. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Billy Heft, a 5-hitter through 5, 4 runs, all earned. The home run, he has walked to Mantle. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. Really? You don't own 78, Paul? That, I think, was the first season I bought. Billy Heft is 0 for 1 with a K. Whitey Ford starts the 5th. Struck him out. That's 4 for Whitey. 2-2 fastball got him inside. So Ford 4 and a third, 18 batters, 70 pitches, 4 hits. The home run to Maxwell. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. Hobson had 42 errors in 78. Todd B says replay only 21 through 110 games. That just helps, huh? He is 6. No, that range is that's the range, which is separate from the fielding percentage and Action PC. So Martin has a 5 range, so he has an average way to get to balls, but it just tells me that his ability to throw across to first is rather poor. Paul, go back. David's, well, spoiler alert, go back and watch Game 5 of my 78 ALCS between the Rangers and the Yankees. And Ron Guidry. Harvey Keene is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored in this one. 1 out here in the 5th. Ground ball to third. Martin will throw it to Skowron and got him, but not by much. 2 out for Torgerson. Earl has grunted into a double play and walked. Struck him out, and Whitey has fanned 5. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th here in Detroit. New York 4, Detroit 2. The Red Sox did not contend when we did 78. Bill Skowron is 0 for 2. Bauer and Billy Martin batting for the first time to follow. There is a ground ball to third. Boone has it. Over to Torgerson. Skowron running, and he is out on the bang banger. One away for Bauer, who is doubled and walked. If I remember correctly, the Yankees were not seriously challenged in my replay. Trying to think of who the Rangers is who they played. The Dodgers won the West, and I think the Phillies won the East. So we got 3 of the 4 real-life teams. Pitch to Bauer. There's a fly ball, right field. Back goes Kaline. Al recharges the battery, 2 out. Back in '78, 10-year-old Paul was in heaven and thought of his 2 favorite teams in the World Series, the Red Sox and Dodgers. Well, 7-year-old Ron would agree with you. Red Sox didn't contend in David's 75 replay, finishing 22 and a half out in action PC. So Jim Willoughby wouldn't have mattered. Billy Martin hitting .253, 7 homers and 32 RBI. Heft deals. There is a ground ball past Keene into left field for a base hit. So Martin has a single, just a 6th hit for the Yankees, 2 out for Coleman, who's 0 for 2 with a K. That is a surprise. 75, I was young. I'm surprised the Red Sox got so close in the World Series. It's a popular one to redo. Coleman 0 for 2. Strikes out again. Heft will end the inning. And that, oh, look at that in the text. Stood there like a house beside the road. That is a Tiger Stadiumism for sure. After 5.5, no runs, a hit, no errors. Yankees have stranded 4 and lead it 4-2. So Maxwell, Kaline, and Boone to face Ford here in the 6th. Charlie homered his last time up. He's now hit 18 on the replay with 64 RBI. I'm guessing, David, that Baltimore won that division for you. Pitch to Maxwell is into right field. Bauer going back and has it. Not a breath of wind here tonight. 72 degrees in Detroit, Corktown to be exact. And Bauer was able to track that down. Al Kaline has an RBI. He's driven in 82. He's 0 for 1. 75 baseball cards were good, Todd. First year I remember buying them. Free? Baltimore. Yep, pitching. Paul likes 75. I think the key, if you get the Red Sox in the playoffs, is not injuring Rice. What would they have done if you had Rice, Lynn, and Evans in that outfield? Pitch to Kaline. There's a shot ripped to Elston Howard for the out. It was a laser, and Howard snared it. 2 out for Ray Boone, who is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Whitey deals, and Boone past Coleman, right to Mantle, and the Yankees had him scouted perfectly here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 7th here in Detroit. Yankees 4, Tigers 2. I need this now. So it'll be Ford, Hunter, and Howard to face Heft. Whitey is 0 for 2. Hasn't had to bunt yet. Won't this time. Ground ball to Bowling on a hard hop that went the wrong way, but Whitey is retired. 1 out. So let's see if Hunter doesn't have a chance here to homer. He needs one for the cycle. He is singled, doubled, and tripled. But in reverse order, he is tripled, doubled, and singled. And scored twice. He is 3 for 3. Fly ball to right. Kaline it's shallow and will make the catch. And Hunter is finally retired. 2 out for Elston Howard. Ellie has walked, sacked fly to drive in his 28th, and scored on the Mantle homer. There is a ground ball left side past Keene. Boone should have made the play. Howard has the single, and that's the 7th hit for the Yankees rather. 2 out for Yogi Berra, who has struck out twice. He is 0 for 3. Heft grabs the rosin bag and deals, and Yogi sends this one into center. Tuttle will track it down. Stretch time 4-2 New York. So Whitey Ford, 94 pitches through 6. Bill Tuttle 0 for 2. Tight one here in Detroit. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error for New York. And they have left on 5. The Tigers, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and they have left on 3. Pitch to Tuttle. There's a line shot to right at Bauer. Again, the Yankee defense playing it perfect. 1 out for Bowling, who's 1 for 2. He is singled. These two teams have played 15 of their 22 times, and the Yankees lead the season series 8-7. At Briggs, the Tigers 4-2. So they will play twice more in New York and 6 and 5 more times here in Detroit. Allegedly. 1 out to Bowling. Slow bounder to Ford. Whitey, first base side of the grass, throws to Scour and 2 out. For Red Wilson, who's 0 for 2, grounded into a double play. Struck him out. Whitey has 6. How about that? Cutter outside in the black. We've played 7. Tigers go in order, and the Yankees lead it 4-2. So Mantle, who hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd, Scour and Bauer due to face Heft, probably in his last inning, because Billy is due to lead off the 8th. Mantle, in his 35th of the year, and is now driven in 89. Pitch to the Mick. There is a line shot to center. Tuttle dives, makes a sliding catch on the grass. He robs Mickey Mantle of a base hit. Charlie Maxwell will slip in an extra 5 in Tuttle's hat tomorrow. Here's Scour, and Bill is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Heft deals. That is a ground ball to 3rd. Boone across the way to Torgerson, and Scour is retired 2 out. For Hank Bauer. Bauer 1 for 2. Has walked and doubled in this one. And walks again. So Bauer on first, 2 out for Billy Martin. Came in to replace an injured Andy Carey, who tripped over the bag at first. Martin singled his first time up. And draws the walk. So Heft 1 out away from getting out of the inning clean. And making me think is making me make sure that I'm going to pinch hit for him. Jerry Coleman is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. First and second, fly ball to center. Tuttle will make the grab, and that will do. Yankees threaten but do not score. No runs, no hits. They've left on 7. And after 7.5, it's the Yankees 4, the Tigers 2. So who can hit a Whitey? It's going to be Jack Phillips. Jack, as a pinch hitter, hitting .364. Overall, .293. No homers and 13 RBI. So 9-1-2 for Detroit here in the 8th. Whitey, base hit left center field. They didn't have that one scouted well. Phillips put it right in the alley for a leadoff single. So here's Harvey Keene. Harvey 1 for 3. He has singled and scored in this one. 427 batters, 110 pitches, 7 innings, plus 5 hits. The home run to Maxwell. He has walked 2 and struck out 6. Keene, the tying run. Ground ball to Scourin, and Moose will scramble to the bag. 1 out. So Phillips moves into scoring position for Earl Torgeson. Earl 0 for 2. He is grounded into a double play and struck out. He's also drawn a walk. Right center. Bauer coming in, rides a Schwinn, rounds a corner, makes the catch. So 2 out for Maxwell, who hit his 18th of the year in the third. If he hit another one here, it would tie the ball game. Did I take advantage of the Strat Hoop offer? I got $94.95, and I picked up what did I pick up for the hockey? There's a number, like 3 or 4 seasons I need for hockey to have like a 20-year run. Usually Action PC for basketball, but I think that, yeah, the Strat PC basketball I think is their best game. So here's Maxwell, 2 out. K-line on deck. Berra and Ford have a word. Whitey delivers. And Charlie strikes out. That's 7. And that will do. No runs, a hit, no errors. Cat screaming at the door. Going to the 9th. New pitcher coming in. Yankees 4, Tigers 2. So, oh goodness, who do we go with? Al Aber? You don't want to go with Larry. He's going to start. Or Masterson. It is Walt Masterson. Bat's younger brother is 36, making his 26th appearance. 1-0, a 2.76 ERA, fastball at 85, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Bullfrog. Where is Jeremiah anyway? Pitched against the Red Sox on the 30th, 7-4 loss, 2/3 of an inning, no decision, 9 pitches. 32 2/3, 29 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 21 and struck out 23. If I was stranded on a desert island, I would not bring my screaming cat. And could only have 1 basketball game. Oh, it's Strat. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's Strat. Others I would hedge my bets on. I can't tell you how much I enjoy that game. Whitey Ford is 0 for 3. Poor Emily getting no love. Trust me, she loved my leg the other night. And Bob Serve will pinch hit. Serve as a pinch hitter, hitting 194 with 4 RBI overall. 236, no homers, and 14 RBI. Don't let Emily fool you. She gets lots of love, Paul. Serve. Ground ball to third. Boone on a hard hop throws to Torgeson for the out. Don't want Masterson fielding. One more chance for Hunter here to hit for the cycle. And again, it's about as likely as Taylor Swift is knocking on my door right about now. Hunter, triple, double, single, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. There is a ground ball to first. Torgeson has it, and 2 out. The add on to Triple G's point question, there is, of the other sports, I'd actually would have to think about what would be if I could just take the one game. And there's some good basketball games out there. I mean, Davis showing you bank shot, above the rim is very good, and all that. But if I was going to be given one game to play with on a desert island, that would be the one sport that there would be no questions asked. It is strap. Elson Howard as a single, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. So Masterson trying to get out of it. Kaline, Boone, and Tuttle for the Tigers in the ninth. Howard, it's a ground ball to Keene. Harvey behind the bag at second, over to Torgerson, and that will retire the side. Oh! Parallel, the Tigers have a chance. Captain Todd Morgan. This should be interesting. Plowboy has only saved 5 of 8. He's 26. Fastball at 85. And a ground ball plus pitcher. He is 3-2 on the replay with a 5.45 ERA, making his 31st appearance. He last pitched on the 22nd. He got a save, a 1-out job against Cleveland on 6 pitches in a 4-2 win yesterday. 34 2/3 for Morgan. 37 hits, 24 runs, 21 earned. 4 home runs allowed. He's walked 14 and struck out 4. Hello, Andrew. And Paul wants the Tigers rally cap. Andy's in a meeting, so he decided to plug in for a second. Kaline 0 for 2 with an RBI. That came on a sac fly. So righty. Detroit 2 to Tom and a Captain Morgan. Brent, the way he's pitched, I think he's pitched on some Captain stuff. 2 to tie, 3 to win. Pitch to Kaline is a ground ball between Hunter and Martin, and that's a base hit. So right off the bat, the Tigers will put the tying run on, but Kaline is hurt. He rolled an ankle. It's the second person to get hurt on that first base bag. So Jim Small, who, like Marilyn Monroe, has the best legs available, will pinch run. Apparently the league likes the Arkansas bases loaded beer cap tradition. Ray Boone is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out, and again, he is the tying run. Morgan deals, ground ball to Scourin, and Moose only has a play at first. So Small moves up into scoring position for Tuttle, who is 0 for 3. So 1 on, 1 out. Yankees 4, Tigers 2. That is right back to Morgan, throws to Scourin, and now, to finish the beer analogy, last chance saloon for Frank Bowling. Frank 1 for 3 with a single. And again, he is a tying run. So on this 68-degree night in Detroit, Morgan feeling the heat at the moment. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, left field. Howard will just turn and watch it go. An absolute no-doubter from Frank Bowling, and the Tigers tie it up with 2 out in the 9th inning. His 7th of the year hit the facing of the second deck. And the captain blew chunks. You knew the second that left the bat, that was gone. Add another Captain Morgan. My word, was that well hit. That'll work. If this Yankee team gets to the World Series, I don't know who they would use to close out games. Morgan, to paraphrase Grand Funk Railroad, is just some kind of horrible. So Wilson, the winning run, is at the plate. He's 0 for 3, has struck out twice. You feel some bonus baseball coming on? The golf clubs are in the car. They've been seat-belted in, Triple G. Pitch to Wilson. That is up the middle past Coleman, and the winning run is on. So who can hit a Morgan? Wayne Bellardi. And that will do it for Morgan. Rip Coleman coming in to pitch. So lefty versus lefty, but Bellardi is a reverse split. Let's first tell you about Rip Coleman. Rip looking for a save here. 1-4, a 5.53 ERA. Work can wait. 23rd appearance. He is done starting. He is 25 years old. Fastball at 86 and a ground ball pitcher. He last pitched against the Royals Athletics on the 29th in a 14-11 win. Good job, Yankee pitching. 2 innings, 43 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 57 innings, 75 hits. Oh, yeah, that'll give you a lot of confidence if you're a Yankee fan. 42 runs, 35 earned, 9 home runs, 30 walks, and 29 strikeouts. Bellardi hits lefties better than righties. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting .304, a home run, and 5 RBI. Overall, hitting .275, 4 homers, and 17 RBI. Wilson, the winning run on first. And if Bellardi homered, oh boy. So Coleman, right in the thick of it. Harvey Keene is on deck. Yeah, Rip Coleman sounds about right. Coming in to clean up the mess left by Captain Morgan. Pitch to Bellardi, up the middle, base hit. Wilson on his way to third. He's in there, and the winning run is 90 feet away for Harvey Keene. Whitey Ford is throwing up in the Yankee dugout. Harvey is 1 for 4 today. He has singled and scored. So Bellardi, oh, way, oh. Bellardi, oh, way, oh. It's even era appropriate. Please note that on my record. So Bellardi puts up the Adirondack chair. He doesn't matter. Wilson, a wild pitcher, a pass ball away from winning this thing. And it's Harvey Keene at the plate. And the Yankees don't have Sandy Koufax. Pitch to Keene. Struck him out. Going to get some Gardner ball now. Free baseball. 2 runs for the Tigers on the home run from Frank Bowling. And after 9, it is the Yankees 4, the Tigers 4. Small stage in the game and right. I'm looking forward to my album with John Sterling. I am the very image of a modern major general. Hail Britannia, Britannia rules the sea. There's my album with John Sterling. So it'll now be Al Aber, who pitched yesterday. Aber, 5-1, 31st appearance, a 2.56 ERA, 9 saves. He's a lefty, 29 years old. His nickname is Lefty. How appropriate. Ground ball plus pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 85. Sorry, baby, there's free baseball to be taken care of first. Daddy, don't you walk so fast. He pitched against the Red Sox yesterday in that 6-3 win. 2/3 of an inning, 17 pitches, a hit, and a walk. Overall, 38 2/3 for Al, 40 hits, 17 runs, 11 earned. He's given up 3 homers. He has walked 15 and struck out 8. It'll be Berra, Mantle, and Skowron for the Yankees here in the 10th. That's not the frying pan you want to have anyone come into. Yogi, however, has not had a good day. He is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Aber starts his evening, fly ball to center. Tuttle should track this down. He does, 1 out. For Mantle, he homered in the third to make it 4-1. The Mick now has 35 homers on the replay and 89 RBI. Aber deals, fly ball, left field. Maxwell sputters over, makes the catch, 2 out. For Bill Skowron, poor Andy's going to miss this one. Skowron is 0 for 4 with a K. And no John today. So Torgerson, Maxwell, and Small, 3 lefties to face whoever the Coleman in the 10th. Pitch to Skowron is a fly ball to right. Small has to go back, but makes the catch, and that'll do. So, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 10th here in Detroit. Yankees 4, Tigers 4. So Torgerson, Maxwell, and Small to face Coleman. Coleman in the real season, not a replay, Ron, the real season, 6 homers allowed and 88 in the third. On the replay, 9 allowed and 57 in the third. Torgerson 0 for 3. He is walked and struck out. Rips this to right at Bauer, 1 out. For Maxwell, who homered in the third to make it a 4-2 game. Charlie now has 18 on the replay and 64 RBI. Coleman deals. Fly ball, opposite way, well hit. Howard will go back. That'll stay in the yard. On the track, 2 out. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Yankees. They've left on 7. For the Tigers, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and they have left on 6. Small has no power. He is a good hitter, however, at 387, no homers, and 19 RBI. Bill Skowron got his nickname when his grandfather gave him a haircut as a child that made him look like Benito Mussolini. And for you kids who play Fortnite, he was a former dictator in Italy. Pitch to Small, ground ball to Coleman. Jerry hangs a star onto that one, and the band plays on. Tigers go in order in the 10th. Yankees 4, Tigers 4. So Aber gets another inning. Bauer, Martin, and Jerry Coleman to face Aber. And for the Tigers, it will be Boone, Tuttle, and the hero Bowling in the bottom of the 11th. Hank, 1 for 2. He has walked twice and doubled. Right center, Small. 1 out. Makes a great catch against the wall. I wonder what... He's only 19, the poor kid. I wonder what poor family member way back when got tagged with that last name. Do you point to someone and go, Small? Billy Martin has walked and singled since coming in for Andy Carey. They have not retired him. Space Cowboy. Spoiler alert. Yep, no, go ahead. Pitch to Martin. Right field. Small. He hasn't been small in the field and makes the catch. 2 out for Jerry Coleman, who struck out twice. He's 0 for 4. Remember, these are a replay, but not of an exact replay, so you can spoil it all you want. Aber deals. Coleman, high ground ball to Keene. Harvey throws it over to Torgerson, and Jerry is retired. Yankees go in order in the 11th. After 10.5, New York 4, Detroit 4. So Boone, Tuttle, and Bowling helping to contribute to the lack of productivity in the United States this afternoon. Ray 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out. Is that the one from Back to the Future? They had the Cubs winning the World Series, right, at one point, but it wasn't the right year. It's like 2007. It wasn't off by much. So Boone, Tuttle, and Bowling here to face Rip Coleman in the 11th. Ray rips this one to right, but again, right at Bauer, 1 out. Bill Tuttle is 0 for 4. Coleman deals. Struck him out, so Rip has changed the tide. 2 out for Bowling. The reason why we're still here, he hit his 7th home run of the year, the 9th, and is now driven in 30. He is 2 for 4. Coleman's pitch, center field, back goes Mantle, but it won't be enough, and Mickey will make the catch, and we go to the 12th. No runs, no hits, and no errors after 11. Tigers 4, Yankees 4. So let's see what they do. Pitcher spot Hunter and Howard to face Aber here in the 12th. And holy cow, it's Phil Rizzuto. The Scooter, in what would have been one of his last games, hitting .231 as a pinch hitter, which is what he hit in real life. Hit .288 on the replay with 2 RBI. With Hunter and Howard to follow, and if anybody should reach, you got Yogi Berra. That is a base hit past Harvey Keene in the left field. So Rizzuto, only the 8th hit for the Yankees, brings up Billy Hunter, who again, a home run would get him the cycle. 3 for 5 today. Single, double, triple. Drops one down. Aber throws to Bowling, and Hunter's retired. Scooter goes to second on the bunt. So the Yankees have a runner in scoring position, 1 out for Elston Howard, and you're pitching to Elston Howard. You are not pitching around him to face Yogi Berra. Ellie has singled, driven in a run, scored, and walked. Aber and Wilson have a word. Got him! Oh, 1-2 curveball. 2 out for Yogi Berra. Now, again, you are not pitching around Yogi Berra to face Mickey Mantle. Wilson, pitcher spot, and Harvey Keene for the Tigers in the 12th. What will be really cool is when we can make AI games where Vin Scully or Harry Carey is calling them. Sportflix, if he's still here, is the guru of AI. I don't know if how much he's done with Harry Carey, but Scully somehow is a real difficult voice to capture. And all it is just a bit of Bronx with some enthusiasm thrown behind it. I never found Scully to be all that difficult to do. Whether it's good or not is another story. Pitch to Yogi. There's a ground ball to Bowling. He'll go to Torgerson, and the Yankees threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 12th here. Mickey McDermott, who is 1-7 coming in. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. 11.5 in the books. Yankees train another runner, 4-4. McDermott, Maury, is he the father? 1-7, a 4.78 ERA. He's got 2 more starts left in him, making his 19th appearance. Mickey is 27, fastball at 85 in standard. Yep, it's not intentional. The Vinny that in my normal broadcasting voice is just, I'm just a poor man. I mean, Scully certainly is an inspiration. And although we both are from New York originally, I'm from upstate, not from the Bronx. McDermott pitched on the 26th. A third of an inning, 2 pitches, and a 2-1 loss. 58 1/3 for Mickey, 59 hits, 33 runs, 31 earned, 8 homers, 28 walks, and 29 strikeouts. The thing is, with Vinny, is that his main influence was a Southerner, Red Barber, who sat in the catbird seat at Ebbets Field until they didn't pay him enough to do a World Series, which is how Vinny got to do it, and Red ended up in New York. Speaking of red, Mr. Wilson is 1 for 4. He has singled, grounded into a double play, and struck out twice. So, yeah, there is a bit of Vinny. My mom says that, too. The only reason why she knows of Vinny is because I watched him. You know, Scully and Gary Giola and all that, like a lot of you guys read Stan Lee comics, you know? Pitch to Wilson. Fly ball, left field. Howard going back. And that will stay. No, it's off the wall. That is off the wall. And the winning run is on with nobody out. Are the Yankees really going to choke this away? Aber out. They only have the backup catcher, Brian Weezer, and Kennedy. And Bob Kennedy will pinch hit. Over from Chicago at 333 as a pinch hitter and 2 RBI. 200, 2 homers, and 10 RBI. John Miller. Yeah, Sunday Night Baseball. John is a classic. John's Vin Scully is incredible. I think I met John Miller once, and I wasn't supposed to. It's not quite the I met the internet stranger in the parking alley. I think I was going into work one day, and we had an upstairs entrance by Macy's, currently Burlington High School. Of course, that was all gone now. And an older balding man with the John Miller haircut and about John Miller's body shape opened the door. And he covered before I could recognize him because I must have been, when I was going to work, I was wearing some sort of sport thing. And like, you look an awful lot like John Miller. Bob Kennedy overall, 200, 2 homers, and 10 RBI. Winning run on second, nobody out. Bottom of the 12th. Pitch to Kennedy is a ground ball to third. That's not moving anybody unless Martin throws it away. He does not. Kennedy's out, 1 away. For Harvey Keene, who was 1 for 5, he has a single and a run scored and a strikeout. So yes, I am the poor version of Vin Scully. You know, talking about Scully sound-alikes, Al Michaels is a Scully clone. Harvey is 1 for 5. He singled and scored. Winning run on second. And Harvey draws the walk now. So Harvey will pull up the Adirondack chair for Earl Torgeson, who can plop a 3-run homer here. We're going to let him bat. 0 for 4. Double play just extends the game. He's already grounded into 1 today. He's walked and struck out. McDermott deals. Torgeson pops it up. Left side, Martin to the dugout. Is Billy going to have a play? No. Hits the dugout and bounces into somebody from Windsor. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Torgeson. McDermott trying to hang on to this one. A 4-4 tie with 1 out in the bottom of the 12th. David does not like John Buxkiambi. Cubs do. He replaced, not Pat Hughes. Who's the other one? That's tough. When you replace a legend, that's always tough. Pitch to Torgeson. Ground ball to third. Martin has to wait. Let's see what happens here. Billy with a lot of skips. Coleman for 1. Torgeson's going to reach. So Wilson moves on to third. 2 out for Charlie Maxwell. Len Casper is who I'm trying to think of. So Wilson on third. Torgeson on first. 2 out in a 4-4 tie. Can Maxwell push home the winning run? McDermott, again, there's no wind here. 64 degrees. I read a comment a while back on a Dodgers video clip. Oh, yeah, that's your problem. The guy complained that Scully talked too much during the game. David grew up with Milo Hamilton, and nobody loved Milo Hamilton more than Milo Hamilton. All right, Rochester has the Maxwell into gear. Let's see if Charlie can knock home the 7th game-winning RBI. McDermott deals. Ground ball, pass, scour, and Tigers win it. The Yankees blow this one. 5-4 the score, and indeed, Maxwell brought it home. Give yourself a little cornbread, Charlie. 3 hours and 12 minutes. 5 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Tigers go to 58-43. They left on 6. The Yankees fall to 54-47. 4 runs, 8 hits, an error, and they left on 8. The win is going to go to Al Aber. Goes to 6-1, 3 innings, a hit, a strikeout on 39 pitches. He was tired. Billy Heft, 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The homer, he walked 4 and struck out 6. And Masterson a clean 9th. Whitey Ford in a no decision, 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. The home run to Maxwell, who gets the game-winning RBI and the Digital Dice MVP. Ford walked 2 and struck out 7. Tom Morgan drank some more captain. He's blown 4 saves, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and the home run to Bowling. And Rip Coleman actually pitched well. 2 1/3, a hit, and 2 strikeouts, and McDermott falls to 1-8, 2/3 of an inning, and gave up the run. So Mantle's heroics in the 3rd, all for naught. And the Tigers, for the moment, are tied for 1st with the White Sox. Gonna be singing about a silver hammer all day. Oh, Yankees! Oh, Yankees lose! Oh, Yankees lose! Oh! That would be quite the prediction, Space Cowboy, considering that we have less than 2,000 subs. I appreciate the enthusiasm, though. All right, the rest of this Friday night in baseball for you. Cubs and Giants play a doubleheader at the Polo Grounds, and they split. Cubs won the opener 5-1. Pierce Bronston 007 his 2nd win, 2-4. Hearn takes the loss. Goes to 4-11. Davis picks up the save. In 11 innings, I'm assuming this is game 2, Chicago struck out 16 times. Giants won 3-2. Ridzik 3-0. Turk Lone 2-8. Monty Irvin 1-for-4, hit his 8th and walked. Brooklyn behind Roger Craig, a 3-hitter. They beat St. Louis 5-1. Craig 11-4. Polholski 9-9. Carl Furillo 2-for-3, hits his 15th, and 2 RBI. Jim Gilliam now has a 25-game hitting streak. Braves keep pace. They beat the Pirates 7-3. Warren Spahn goes to 14-2. Vern Law 3-11 with a loss. Aaron finally having a good ball game, 5-for-5, hit his 15th. Cincinnati beats Philadelphia 6-1. Brooks Lawrence 10-7. Kurt Simmons falls to 8-6. Johnny Temple 3-for-5 and a double. Mike Garcia struck out 6 Red Sox, shut them down in an 8-0 win. Mel Parnell falls to 3-5. Garcia 10-5. That's the game tomorrow, by the way. Mickey Vernon 3-for-4 with a double. KC beats Washington 4-2. Art Ditmar 8-15. Camilo Pascual 5-13. Simpson 3-for-4, hits his 9th with a double. And last but not least, the White Sox stay in first place. They beat Baltimore 4-2. Billy Pierce goes to 12-8. Lowe's, former Dodger pitcher, falls to 2-5. Larry Doby 2-for-3, hits his 11th. And 2 RBI. So the pitching matchup tomorrow will be Sullivan and Early Win, 2 14-game winners. Join us for that noon Eastern time. The Dodgers are 71-28. Isn't that incredible? See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody.